Welcome, everyone, to Astrorisa Moon Talk. We are talking about this October 29th, 2012 full moon. It is 6 degrees in Taurus, House 2, which is ruled by Taurus, and the Sun is also 6 degrees. It's in Scorpio in House 8, and House 8 is ruled by Scorpio. So that's a real interesting full moon because where both the sun and the moon are resting, they're resting in their rightful home or places. So the theme for this moon is he who speaks much makes many mistakes. And you can read the full moon report at www.astrorisha-moon-forecaster.com. There's a lot of different messages in this moon time, and I'm not going to go over the uh, web moon messages because you can read those for yourself. I just wanted to touch base on a couple of things that I think need mentioning, and that is that, as it is stated in the moon forecast, there is a bit of a tricky kind of energy playing. The energies that are manifesting themselves right now strongly are the Oshun, Venus, Shango, Uranus, Ogun, Mars energies. And of course, Legba is always in a mix of everything. So there's always going to be a Legba Shu, Mercury type energies. So let's talk really quickly about this message, he who speaks much makes many mistakes. How does that relate? Well, let me give you a couple of scenarios. Let's say, for instance, you're driving a car and you're in an intense conversation. You get distracted and veer off the road. Well, he who speaks much makes many mistakes, so we had to be careful of that. Let's say you're talking to a friend, very excited about the topics, a very intense conversation, and normally you would be very cautious about what you're saying. But in this instance, your excitement gets the best of you. And you happen to slip and tell a secret or say something that you shouldn't say, and you're actually saying it to the person who really should not be hearing it. Well, he who speaks much makes many mistakes, so we want to be mindful of that. Also, you have a scenario, for instance, let's say you win the lottery. It's not the mega sweepstakes, but you win a couple of $100 there. And you're not bragging so much as just really excited about this wonderful thing that's happened to you, and you're just sharing it, randomly with people. Well, you can take that any way you want, but he who speaks much makes many mistakes. So those are just a couple of examples of that kind of energy. I mean, Taurus also does rule the mouth as well as the throat. We do have the Scorpio energy going on, which is dealing with the hidden. We have the Uranus energy dealing with the unexpected. We have the Ogun energy, Mars, which will swing in any direction. It will enforce creativity or it will enforce some misfortune in a very strong way. So it's really up to how we play this month or this moon time rather. It is a very good moon time as far as money is concerned. The last new moon was pretty dried up. It was it wasn't a very good moon time to initiate like money ventures or put your money in different things because as a lot of you have shared with me, there have been some instances where money either dried up or things just didn't go the way we thought it would. But with this moon time, um, it's a better moon as far as money is concerned because the creative energy and the abundant energy is very strong. So even though we have the Scorpio energy dealing with loss and some form of deception, um, that Mars double is a double Ogun, double Mars energy is really really enforcing that creative energy in many areas, not just money, but in other areas of blossoming. So this is a very abundant moon time, but we want to be very careful about what we put in our basket of abundance, because you're going to get an abundance of something, you know. So we want to be very mindful of what it is we want to create or draw to ourselves, because we're now more so drawing to ourselves as well as expressing or releasing things. Um, be very careful of accidents with this moon time. Remember, this is a blood moon. It's a hunter's moon. So we're talking about blood, blood, blood. So, you know, the spilling of something, be very careful of that. I really don't like to talk so much on this vein. You know, I always like to look for the positives because we need to, because there's no good without bad, there's no bad without good. But sometimes the more oppressive energies are just more oppressive, and you know, we need to just be aware of that. We need to talk about it. So it's always good to get a reading, you know, whatever your system is. Um, and just be very mindful and very keen. Just pay attention. Just really pay attention to what you're doing and what you're saying. Just really pay attention with this moon time. You know, if you can do that and you can consciously um, plan and dig in deep into what it is that you're trying to complete, bring about, express, just do it mindfully. And you can have a very good moon time, but know that there is some stuff going on there. Um, the trickery part, I'm not going to go into that a lot, because you can read that aspect of the moon time when you go to the page, and that's Astrorisa moon. You can just type Astrorisa moon, you'll pull up the page. So this is Moon Talk Radio, just chiming in very quickly and letting you all know that this is a very strong moon. Work it well, be mindful, be keen, alert, and have a great moon time. So until next time, remember to find your truest self.